Welcome back for another video. In today's video we let our imagination run wild as we ask one simple question: what would Lewandowski's record-breaking 2020-21 season have looked like in FPL? We start the story in the 1971-72 season where Gerd Müller dropped a feat that appeared completely untouchable. 40 goals in a league season, the greatest individual performance in Bundesliga history. Now what's important to note here is that the Bundesliga has 34 game weeks as opposed to the Premier League's 38, which puts Müller's 40 league goals for Bayern Munich at a rate of well over a goal per game. It was such a staggering season that his record remained unbeaten for 49 years. Fast forward to the 2020-21 season, and Bayern kicked the season off with a dominant 8-0 win against Schalke, where Lewandowski was on the score sheet and another Bundesliga record for the biggest victory on the opening day. In Gameweek 3 he scored all 4 goals in a 4-3 win against Hertha Berlin, the equivalent of a 21-point haul in FPL. By Gameweek 26, Lewandowski had found the back of the net, a jaw dropping 35 times at a rate of 1.4 goals per game, and only failed to score in 4 games. Over that run he'd set yet another record as the first player in Bundesliga history to score in 8 successive away games. So he needed just 6 goals in the final 8 games to tie the record. It looked a certainty. That was until a ligament injury and international duty ruled him out of the next 4 game weeks, and that window was sliced in half with just the final 4 game weeks to score 6. 1 goal against Mainz, a hat-trick against Borussia Mönchengladbach and a goal against Freiburg. This meant Müller's 49-year-old record had been tied, with 1 more goal needed to write himself into the history books. On the final day of the season, Bayern go 4-2 up against Augsburg, but no goal from Lewandowski. The stoppage time board goes up, time is running out. In the 90th minute, Sané drills a shot from outside the box,
Sané with the shot,
which is spilled, and who else but Lewandowski's there to calmly take a touch away from the keeper and bury it.
Lewandowski! And finally he does it! Yeah. The record they said would never be broken!
41 goals in 29 games played, 1.41 goals per game. So that's the history behind the record, but the question is, what would such a particular season look like in Fantasy Premier League? Before we take a look, if you are enjoying this video, please hit like and consider subscribing to support the channel for more content like this. And lastly, a big thank you to gamingonphone.com for calculating the breakdown, link below to their site. So here's a breakdown of each game week comprising of 41 goals, including 5 hat-tricks, 7 assists and 47 bonus points. What's particularly impressive to note here is that he made just 29 appearances out of a possible 34, and the Bundesliga is 4 game weeks shorter than the Premier League, so afterwards we'll also calculate what an equivalent 38 game week season could look like. So Lewandowski would finish the season with 285 points, which is just 18 points shy of Salah's 303 point record, whereby the Egyptian made 13 more appearances. If you'd had him set and forget captain for the season, you'd have scored 570 points from him alone. That said, realistically he'd have scored much more, as FPL considers assists for things like saved shots and other metrics that aren't officially recorded. He took 137 shots, 65 of which were on target, and registered 32.1 XG from that. Lastly, if we had a 1.11 multiplier to calculate what a 38 game season could look like, he'd be at 318 points. This would have comfortably broken Salah's all-time record, and this is even more impressive considering forwards score 1 less for goals and they don't get a clean sheet point. Regardless of such an impressive season, Lewandowski went on to controversially finish second to Messi in the Ballon d'Or awards. Considering the time span between Müller and Lewandowski's records, he perhaps deserved more. So how much do you think Lewandowski would have cost in FPL after such a season? And will his record ever be tied or broken again? The most expensive players in FPL's history are Robin van Persie, Thierry Henry and Cristiano Ronaldo, who are all 14 mil. Arguably a player in FPL needs to be priced at the point where it's a real decision whether to get them or not, rather than an obvious decision. In the 2021-22 season, Salah broke another record as the first ever player to exceed 70% ownership, having started the season at 12.5 mil. Perhaps an example of getting the price wrong if such an overwhelming majority of the game agree on the price, and ultimately you're essentially left with a 10-man team to make up the points. On the Bundesliga Fantasy, Lewandowski finished the season with a final price of 26.5 mil. However, in the Bundesliga Fantasy game, you get a starting budget of 150 mil, which equates to roughly a final price of 17 mil. Broadly speaking, Lewandowski's 2020-21 campaign was simply one of the greatest footballing seasons the game's ever seen, and no doubt a record that will stand the test of time. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing and liking the video for future content. If you'd like to view a copy of the points graphic, a link's in the description. See you soon for the next one.